Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Clap your hands with me. Yay, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom and good morning. Welcome to Temple Habonim's celebration of Shabbat. What we're doing this morning is a normal, regular Shabbat morning worship service. What makes today a little bit special is that for the first time, Henry Schultz is going to have a major leadership role in this worship service. So between David and me and Henry, we'll make sure that everybody is on the same page and able to enjoy our Shabbat morning worship. When you clicked on to this link to be able to watch our service, you saw that there was a link for a PDF service pamphlet. If you choose to follow along with that, with the service, we'll be telling you what pages we're on. The pages we're doing are all there in order. You can either download that, print it out to have it to look at, or you can look at it on a separate screen from the screen where you're watching this. Either way, we hope that you're able to settle into Shabbat and begin to have a joyful Shabbat experience. Here, it's sunny, it's beautiful. We do not have Henry and his family right here in the front row as we normally would, but we have Henry and his family and Henry's friends and Henry's relatives and all of our congregants with us to support you, Henry, to encourage you, and to welcome everybody into Shabbat. Would you please turn to page 185 as we begin our worship? And I just want to say for those of you at home, we hope you're comfortable. There will be places where we ask you to rise. There will be places where we ask you to sit. You do what's going to be best for you. And also, there are going to be places where we ask you to participate in the service. Even though we can't hear you physically, we'll be able to hear you in our hearts. So please join with as a way of supporting Henry. Page 185, beginning in the middle of the page. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
This is a lot to ask of a synagogue. This is what we ask of our synagogue. This is what we strive for as we welcome you in. At the top of page 188, David will lead us in the singing of Hine Ma Tov. Behold how good it is when brothers, when sisters, when all of us are able to be together.
Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad,
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת החיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת החיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת החיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת החיות גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יא די די יא די 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 די. הנה מה טוב, יא די די יא די 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 די. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת החיות גם יחד.
We continue on page 190, where Henry will receive and say the blessing for his talit. A talit is a prayer shawl that a young person wears for the first time when he becomes a bar mitzvah, when she becomes a bat mitzvah. And today, Henry will receive his talit from his mom.
Henry, this talit was your great-grandfather's, Harold Hyde, Nana's father. In fact, your English name, Henry, was named after him. It's almost 100 years old. And many of your cousins and your brother Caleb also use this same talit for their bar mitzvahs. So wear it in good health with lots of love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hitatef b'tzitzit.
Amen.
We're going to continue on page 195, where we will hear a blessing for our health from Henry's Aunt Joanne and Uncle Jeff.
Don't let me fall as a stone falls upon the hard ground, and don't let my hands become dry. As the twigs of a tree, when the wind beats down the last leaves, and when the storm raises dust from the earth, with anger and howling, don't let me fall. I have asked for so much, but as a blade of your grass in the distant wild fields, let's drop a seed in the lap of the earth and dies away. Sow in me your living breath as you sow a seed in the earth. Baruch atah Adonai rofea chol ba'asar umfali la'atzot.
Amen. We give thanks for our bodies, for the way that our bodies are able to function and get us through the world. At the top of page 196, we also give thanks to God for breathing our souls into us.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi Tehora, tehorahi. Please join me. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi.
We're going to continue at the top of page 198 with Nisim B'chol Yom. Nisim B'chol Yom are the blessings that traditionally a Jew says every morning upon awakening. It is such an honor to invite Henry to the Bima to lead us in this prayer, to see and understand what these prayers say. The translation is right below each verse, and at home, at the end of each verse, we all respond with the words, Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lasech v'bina lechavhin bein yom uvein laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim. Page 200. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Rokah haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechin mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten le'aif koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir sheina me'enai u'tnuma me'afapai. Page 202. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani ben chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Otzer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Oter Yisrael b'tifara. We continue at the top of page 204. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. O Adonai, our God, let the words of Torah be sweet in our mouths and the mouths of your people Israel, so that we, our descendants, and the descendants of all your people Israel, may know you by studying your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, Adonai, who teaches Torah to your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai hamlamed Torah le'amo Yisrael. We continue at the top of page 206. Elu divarim she'ein lahem shi'or, she'adam ochel perotehem ba'olam hazeh. V'hakeren kayemet lo la'olam haba, ve'elu hen. Kibud av va'im ugmilut chasadim, v'hashkamat beit hamidrash, shalharit ve'arvit, v'chachnasat orchim, uvikor cholim, v'chachnasat kala, ulvayat hamet, V'iyun tefillah, v'hava'at shalom bein adam lachavero, v'talmud Torah keneged kulam. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
We will be led on page 207 by Henry's Aunt Laura and Uncle Brian.
There are 8 degrees in the giving of tzedakah, each one higher than the one before. To give grudgingly, reluctantly, or with regret. To give less than one should, but with grace. To give what one should, but only after being asked. To give before one is asked. To give without knowing who will receive it, although the recipient knows the identity of the giver. To give without making known one's identity. To give so that neither giver nor receiver knows the identity of the other. To help another to become self-supporting by means of a gift, a loan, or by finding employment for the one in need. Mazel tov, Henry! Woo!
Please join me responsively in the Ashrei, beginning on page 215. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, odi halelucha selah.
Ashrei ha'am shekahalo, Ashrei ha'am she'Adonai Elohav.
Tehillah v'David, aromimcha Elohai hamelech, va'avarcha shimcha le'olam va'ed.
B'chol yom avarecha, ve'ahalach shimcha le'olam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai umhulal me'od, v'lidulato ein cheker.
Dor lador yishabach ma'asecha, u'beratecha yagidu.
Hadar kivod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha.
Be'ezuz norotecha yomeru, u'julatecha asaprena.
Zecher rav tuvcha yabiu, v'tzidkacha yiranenu.
Chanun rachum Adonai, erech apayim u'gdol chesed.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yivarchucha.
Page 216. Kivod malhutecha yomeru, ugveratecha yedaberu.
Lehodia livnei ha'adam gerotav, u'chvod hadar malchuto.
Malhutecha malhut kol olamim, umemshatecha bechol dor vador.
So me'ach Adonai lechol hanoflim, v'zokef lachol ha'chafufim.
Einei hoi lecha yesaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam be'ito.
Hoteach et yadecha, u'masbiach lechol chayratzon.
Tzadik Adonai bechol drachav, ve'chasid bechol ma'asav.
Karov Adonai lechol korav, lechol asher yikra bemet.
Ritzon yireyav ya'aseh, ve'et shavatam yishma v'yoshiem.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohavav, va'et kol harsha yashid.
Tehillat Adonai Yadaber Pi, Veyivarech Kol Basar, Shem Kodsho Le'olam Va'ed, Va'anachnu Nivarech Ya, Me'ata Ve'ad Olam, Hallelujah.
Amen.
Amen.
Please join me responsively on page 225. What makes a fire burn is the space between the logs, a breathing space. Too much of a good thing, too many logs packed in too tight, can douse the flames almost as surely as a pail of water would.
So building fires requires attention to the spaces in between as much as to the wood.
When we are able to build open spaces in the same way we have learned to pile on the logs, then we can come to see how it is fuel and the absence of fuel together that make the fire possible.
We only need to lay a log lightly from time to time. A fire grows simply because the space is there, with openings in which the flame that knows just how it wants to burn can find its way.
We continue at the top of page 224 with a Hatzi Kaddish, which moves us from the introductory part of the service to the Shema and its blessings, which declare God's unity. Yitgadal v'yitkadah Shemei Rabbah ve'alma divra hirte v'yamlich malhute v'chayechon v'yomechon u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, ve'imeru, amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach, le'alam u'al me'al mayach, yitbarach, yitbarach, ve'yishtabach, ve'yipar, ve'yitramam, ve'yitnaseh, ve'yithadar, ve'yit'aleh, ve'yithalal. Shemei de Kudusha Berechu La'ila min kol birchata v'shtirata Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ve'alma ve'imeru. Amen. Please turn to page 226 and rise for the Baruch. Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Baruch hu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai hamivorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai hamivorach le'olam va'ed. We continue on page 228. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer or uvarei choshech osei shalom uvarei et hakol hameir la'aretz veladarim alecha berachamim uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai kulam b'chokhma asita malach haaretz kinyanecha. Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu al shevach ma'aseh yadecha ve'al me'oreh or she'asita yifa'arucha selah. Or Hadash al Tzion Ta'ir V'nizkeh Kulanu Mehera Le'oro. Baruch Atah Adonai Yotzer HaMorot. Praised are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illuminate the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai! In wisdom, you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai, our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we may all swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMe'orot. We continue on page 231. Once or twice in a lifetime, a man or woman may choose a radical leaving, having heard Lech Lecha, go forth. God disturbs us toward our destiny by hard events and by freedoms in our urgent voice, which explode and confirm who we are. We don't like leaving, but God loves becoming. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Please join me in the Shema on page 232. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malachuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated and join me in the Ve'ahavta on page 234. First in Hebrew and then in English. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha Bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vechayu hadevarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha vishinatam levanecha vidibarta bam bishiftecha bevetecha Uvlechtecha baderech, uvshochbecha uvekumecha, ukshartam leot al yodecha, vehayu letotafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai ve'item kedoshim leloechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzetzi ethem mi'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lahem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. You shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai, your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We will be led next by Henry's Uncle Brett at the top of page 235.
When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when to the last full measure of selfless devotion, we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness. Then your goodness enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. And then you live in our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence. Amen.
Please join me responsively in the middle of page 239. The eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asked God.
We know that the eternal order defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing.
We continue on page 240. Micha Mocha is our prayer, thanking God for delivering us from slavery in Egypt, knowing that there are many ways that all of us remain trapped to this day. We ask for God's help, God's strength, as we continue working toward freedom and as we continue helping everyone work toward freedom.
Elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar bakodesh, nora tehilot ose melech, nora tehilot ose melech. Shira chadesha shiku geulim, l'shimcha tzvat hayam, yachad kulam hodu. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Shor Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Uvtechenu mecha Yehuda v'Yisrael. Go alenu Adonai tzevaot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
We continue on page 243. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will.
Please rise and join me in the tefillah, the heart of our worship service, beginning on page 242. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 244. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanara, El Elyon, Gohomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Laman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hutzer Moshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Page 246. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Hayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Giverot, Umidol Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayem, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Page 248. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Kashem shemakdishim o topi shmei marom, Kakatuv al yad neviyecha, V'kara ze el ze ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivaot, Melochol ha'aretz, Kivodo, Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Ma'adir Shimcha Bechol ha'aretz, Baruch Kivod Adonai, Mimkomo, Echad Hu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu, Hu Malkeinu, Hu Moshienu, V'Hu Yashmienu, B'Rachamav Le'enei Kol Chai, Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai L'olam, Elohai Tzion, Ledor Vador, Hallelujah. Ledor Vador Nagid Golecha, Ula Nitzach Nitzachim Kiddushatcha Nakdish, Vishichacha Eloheinu, Mipinu lo yamush le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Amen. Henry, Yasher Koach to you for getting us through the morning, the beginning wake-up part of the service, and the call to worship and to tefillah. You sit down and take a little bit of rest before you come back for the Torah. I invite the congregation to be seated, and we continue at the top of page 250 with the singing of Yismechu. Sameach is joy. Yismechu is all about the joy of Shabbat.
Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat Bekore, Oneg Shabbat. Mekadashei, Mekadashei Shevi Shabbat. Kulam yisba'u v'yitangu mituvecha Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi ratzita bo v'kdashto Shabbat chemdan yamim oto kerata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher lemase v'reshit Shabbat. Zecher lemase v'reshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat.
We will be led in a prayer about the holiness of Shabbat by Henry's cousins, Michaela and Nate and Ben, on page 255.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer to life, to peace, and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess, and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer in life, in peace, and in joy. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod.
Mazel tov, Henry.
Mazel tov.
On page 256, please join together with me as we read our prayer for gratitude. And as we're saying this prayer, spend a moment thinking about the things in your life that you're feeling really grateful for in this very moment. Together, we acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. We will be led in our prayer for peace by Henry's cousin Madeline on page 259.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and heart. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hambarech et amo Yisrael Bashalom.
Amen. We continue at the top of page 258 with the singing of Sim Shalom, our prayer for peace, after which we'll take a few moments for our own private reflection, our own private prayer. And after that, we will return to worship as one community with the singing of Oseh Shalom at the bottom of page 260.
Whoa, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova, uvaracha. Come on, everybody at home, I can hear you. Do it louder. Whoa, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, sim. Sim shalom tova uvaracha yadadai 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 yadadai. Oh, sim shalom sim shalom sim shalom tova uveracha. Oseh shalom bimroma, Yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, the Jewish people, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, for everyone who breathes. Vimru, amen. Oseh shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, vimru, amen. Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, vimru, amen.
We continue with our service for the reading of the Torah on page 363. At this time, I want to ask Richard and Jen and Henry all to come up. I see you already at the Bema. You're eager to be there. If we were standing here in person together, we would also invite up your grandparents, Arnold Schultz and Ellen and Mario Paredes. So I'm sure in their homes, they are standing up with you. They are part of the generations of bringing the Torah to you, Henry. Henry, would you please lead us starting at the bottom of page 363?
Happy is the one who finds wisdom, the one who gains understanding, for its value is greater than silver, its yield than fine gold. It is more precious than rubies, no treasure can match it. We continue at the top of page 364. Please rise.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai miYerushalayim. Dor vador nagid godlecha, dor vador we protect this chain. Generation to generation, the door vador, his lips will praise your name.
And there your family stands with the Torah, with your grandparents there in spirit with you, Henry. And I know that as the Torah comes to you through their hands, you hold on to it and you have it with their wishes, their hopes, their dreams of bringing the Torah's teaching to you and watching as you bring the values and the love of the Torah into your life. And so, Henry, as you have the Torah in your hands, and I have to say, that's the cutest, most adorable Torah I ever did see. And I am glad that you have it in your home with your family. As you hold the Torah in your hands, please lead us on pages 364 and 365.
In this scroll is the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Its teaching is love and justice, goodness and hope. Freedom is its gift to all who treasure it. We continue at the top of page 366.
And as David is leading us in song, you and your family undress the Torah and prepare to be able to chant from it.
Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amo Yisrael bekedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai iti, Unaramama Shemo Yachdav, Lecha Adonai Hagedula, V'hagevura, v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach v'chahod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai ha'mamlacha, v'ami na'aseh lecho lerosh.
Henry, we watched you and your family prepare the Torah as it lays down, and you are now ready to give us your Torah introduction.
My Torah portion is called Balak, and it is found in the book of Numbers. This portion tells the story of how the Israelites and the Amorites are at war. The leader of the Amorites, Balak, invited the prophet Balaam to curse the Israelites. God didn't allow Balaam to curse the Israelites. Instead, the Israelites were blessed by Balaam. The part of the story that I will chant today is about how a donkey blocks Balaam from cursing the Israelite people. You may follow along in your handout as I chant from the Torah. The blessing before and after each aliyah may be found on page 368.
And so now, for the first aliyah, it is such an honor to call to the Torah your grandfather, Arnold Schultz. Ya'amod Avraham ben Yosef.
My name is Arnold Schultz, and these are the prayers before the Bar Mitzvah boy reads the Torah. Baruch Hu es Adonai HaBaruch, Baruch Adonai HaBaruch Le'olam V'oed, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher b'chabanu mikol ha'amim, v'nosan lanu es Toraso, Baruch Atah Adonai Nosein HaTorah.
Amen. Vayakom Bilam Baboker, Vayachavosh et Atono, Vayelech im Sarei Moab, Vayichar Elohim, Ki Holechu, Vayatsev, Malach Adonai, Baderech L'Satan Lo, Vehu, Rochev al Atono, Ushene Ne'arav Imo, Vatere Ha'aton, Et Malach Adonai, Nitzav Baderech, Vecharbo Shalupa Biado, Vate Ha'aton, Min Haderech, Vatelech Basadeh, Vayach Bilam et ha'aton lehatotach hadara. Vayamod malach Adonai b'mish'ol hakiramim gadeher mizeh v'gadeher mizeh.
And the prayers after the Bar Mitzvah boy reads the Torah. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher nosan lanu Torah emes, v'chayei olam notah b'sochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Nosein HaTorah.
Amen. And so, Henry, I'm going to tell you what I saw in your grandpa's eyes. Right now, he's hugging you, he's kissing you, he's telling you how proud he is of you and how grateful he was to be saying the aliyah for you. And so now, for the second aliyah, I call your grandparents Ellen and Mario Paredes. Ya'amdu Esther bat Tzvi v'Dora v'Moshe ben Avraham.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam, Asher b'chabanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vatera ha'aton et malach Adonai, vatilachitz el hakir, vatilchatz et regel Bilam el hakir, vayosef lehakota, vayosef malach Adonai avor, vaya'amud b'makom tsar, asher ein derech lintot yamin usmol. Vatera ha'aton et malach Adonai, vatirbat tachat Bilam, vayichar af Bilam, vayach et ha'aton b'makel.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Henry, in your grandma and grandpa, I saw the same thing. They're hugging you. They're telling you how much they love you and how very proud they are of you. So for your third aliyah to the Torah, I'd like to call your mom and dad, Richard and Jen, and your brother, Caleb. Ya'amdu Chaim ben Avraham, v'Chana bat Moshe v'Esther, v'Tzvi ben Chaim v'Chana.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamborach. Baruch
Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'cha banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayiftach Adonai et pi ha'aton, v'tomer levil'am me'asiti lecha, ki hikitani ze shalosh regalim. Vayomer bil'am laton, ki hitalot bilu yesh cherev biadi, ki ata haragti. Vatomer haton el bil'am, halo anochi atoncha asher rechavta alai me'odecha ad hayom hazeh haskein hiskanti la'asot lecha ko Vayomer lo.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tokenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
And to the three of you for the third aliyah, I say Yasher Koach to you. And Henry, it's now time to call you to Torah as bar mitzvah, as I say, Ya'amod Chaim ben Chaim v'Chana.
Baruch hu Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu Torat emet. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Vayigal Adonai et einei vil'am vayar et malach Adonai nitzav b'derech v'charbo shelufa b'yado vayikod v'yishtachu le'apav vayomer elav malach Adonai alma hikita et atonecha ze shalosh regalim hine anochi yatzati l'satan ki yarat haderech lenegdi vatirani haton vate lefanai ze shalosh regalim ulai natita mipanai ki ata gam otecha haragti ve'otach chayeti. Vayomer bil'am el malach Adonai chatati ki lo yadati כי אתה ניצב לקראתי בדרך ואתה אם רע בעיניך אשובה לי. ויאמר מלאך אדוני אל בלעם לך עם האנשים ואפס את הדבר אשר אדבר אליך אותו תדבר. וילך בלעם עם שרי ולך. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. So, Henry, I want to invite the whole community, the whole congregation, everybody watching you, to join together with us as we say to you, Yasher Koach. Yasher means may you go forward, Koach, with strength. So all together, let's say to Henry, Yasher Koach. That's what we say. That's what we say when we are inspired and moved by the words of Torah that you bring to us, Henry. Beautiful, really, really beautiful. I want to invite the congregation to please rise as Caleb comes forward to help Henry dress the Torah, and then they're going to lay it on the table, not putting it back in the ark yet, just laying it on the table. Would you please rise? We continue with Vizot HaTorah on page 370 at the bottom of the page.
Vizot HaTorah asher sam Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael ap Adonai v'yad Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe.
And so now the Torah will sit on the table near you, Henry, as you lead us into Haftarah with your Haftarah introduction.
Baruch atah Adonai. My Haftarah portion comes from the book of Micah. Micah was a prophet to the ancient Israelite people. Prophets brought messages from God to the people, telling them how to correct the things they were doing wrong. The verse from Micah that I will chant today is one of the most important verses in the entire Bible because it explains how people should act. You may follow along on your handout as I chant the Haftarah. The blessings before and after may be found on page 372. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher Batorah u'Moshe Abdo u'Yisrael Amo u'Binvi'eh ha'emet v'tzedek. Higei lecha Adam matov u'ma Adonai doresh mimecha. Ki imaso mishpat ve'achava chesed והצנע לכת עם אלוהיך. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzor kol ha'olamim, tzadik b'chol hadarot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber umkayem, shekol devarav, emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al hanvi'im, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, lechavod uletifaret, al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umvarhim otach, Yiparach Shimcha Bifi Kol Hai Tamid Leolam Vaed Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. So, Henry, I just have to tell you, throughout everything you just did with Torah and Haftarah, generally, David's on one side of you, I'm on the other side of you, helping you with your place in case you forget. Henry, you made it through all of that, remembering the details. Again, I invite everybody to say with us together, Yasher Koach Henry. Very, very beautiful, beautiful words of Torah and Haftarah. Now, at the top of page 376, your Aunt Karen and Lee are going to lead us in a blessing for our congregation.
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us. Love of Torah, devotion in prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction. And may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding. And may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy. Baruch atah Adonai, shiotcha levadcha b'riha navod.
At the bottom of that same page, we're going to be led by Henry's cousin Andrew in a blessing for our country.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen. On page 377, we will be led in a blessing for the state of Israel by Henry's cousins, Alex and Jonathan.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shielded beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Amen. I'm going to invite the congregation to please rise as Henry places the Torah in the ark. And as it is in the ark, Henry and I are going to say a blessing once it's there. When Torah entered the world, freedom entered it. The whole Torah exists only to establish peace.
Its highest teaching is love and kindness. What is hateful to you, do not do to any person.
That is the whole Torah. All the rest is commentary. Go and learn it. Those who study Torah are the true guardians of civilization.
Honoring one another, doing acts of kindness, and making peace. These are our highest duties. But the study of Torah is equal to them all because it leads to them all.
Let us learn in order to teach.
Let us learn in order to do.
At the bottom of page 374, we join together in Eitz Chaim as the ark is being closed.
It is a tree of life to them who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Eitz Chaim, hilema chazikim bavatomeh meushar. Eitz Chaim, hilema chazikim bavatomeh meushar. Shalom, 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 shalom.
The Torah is a tree of life, and it breathes more life into us today because of the words, Henry, that you have brought to us from the Torah, and because the teaching of the Torah, which you're going to give to us now. We are eager to hear your words of Torah. I invite the congregation to please sit as we listen to Henry's Devar Torah.
My Torah portion is called Parashat Balak. Balak is the king of Moab. He is worried that the Israelites are going to attack his nation as they have conquered the neighboring villages. Balak sends for a prophet named Balaam. He wants Balaam to curse the Jewish people. At first, God appears to Balaam and tells him not to go to Moab. Balaam relays this to Balak. Balak then sends messengers to ask Balaam again. Eventually, God allows Balaam to go under the condition that he only says what God tells him to. So Balaam sets out for Moab. On the way, his donkey stops for no apparent reason to Balaam. There is an angel blocking his path that his donkey can see, but he cannot. When his donkey refuses to move, he strikes the donkey. The donkey then speaks to Balaam and reprimands him for his actions. God then opens Balaam's eyes and he sees the angel. The angel reminds Balaam that he must only say what God has allowed. When Balaam finally arrives in Moab, Balak takes Balaam to a place to curse the Israelites, but instead Balaam blesses them. The Israelites had faith that God will protect them. Someone wanted to curse them, but God would not let that happen. When Balaam rode his donkey to Moab, he could not see the angel blocking his path and did not have faith in his donkey. I think faith, in believing in something bigger than myself, is an important message. Time and time again in the Torah, we are asked to have faith. I think everyone can relate to having faith in something with both good and bad outcomes. For my life, I can relate to both. Last year, my family traveled around the world for 5 months. We had spent almost a year planning. We brainstormed about what countries to visit, what to do in each country, and how he could get from place to place, and so much more. Just before we were to go, my mom felt sick. She went through multiple tests to see what was wrong, but the doctors were not sure. The date that we were supposed to leave was getting closer, but there were still no definite results from the test that confirmed what it was. Doctors told us to wait. We didn't know how serious it was, so instead of canceling more of our trip, we decided to only delay it by a week or two. I try not to get my hopes up too much, so in case we couldn't go, I wouldn't be too disappointed. This is an example of how I had faith in something, and it worked out just as I hoped that it would. After a few weeks, when we got the results back, we were relieved to find that it wasn't anything serious, and we could go on our trip after all. However, just having faith in something doesn't always make it work out the way I want. For almost a year, we had planned to have my bar mitzvah in Israel. I had prepared especially for the service that we would have had at the Western Wall. My grandparents, aunts, and uncle, and cousins were going to join us. Again, we researched where we would visit, hired a guide, and mapped out our trip. We even picked restaurants and food tours. At first, when I heard about coronavirus, I didn't think it would affect my bar mitzvah that much, and we would just have to be extra careful in the airports. We started talking about the possibility of having my bar mitzvah in Barrington. This is a time where I had faith in something, and it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. A week later, things escalated, and there were multiple cases in Rhode Island. Things were getting more serious. When the quarantine was introduced, my first reaction was how I was going to have my bar mitzvah. My options seemed to be dwindling. I could either have my bar mitzvah online with Rabbi Klein or without, as he is leaving in June. When Rabbi Klein asked me about having my bar mitzvah virtually, I was disappointed, but the more I thought about it, the more I could see the benefits. I could have much more family there, and I could have the service with the rabbi and David. Now my dog Georgia can be there too. With the coronavirus, my service project also got canceled. I had started to volunteer at the Barrington Farm School. The Barrington Farm School is an inclusive community farm and learning center that provides farming, food, health, and environmental education, supported by dedicated volunteers serving as stewards of our historic farm. I chose to volunteer here because I had always liked being outside and have attempted to make a garden in the past. I like the idea of volunteering to make a garden that would help support our town. I had faith that my service project was going to work out, and hopefully I can continue it once it's safe again. My bar mitzvah has taken many turns, but Rabbi Klein and David have always been there with me. They have had to adjust to the changes just as much as I have, if not more. I appreciate all of their effort and support. Rabbi, I will miss seeing you here, but I'm glad I got to work with you these last 6 months. I would also like to thank Adina and Jody for scheduling all of my tutoring sessions. Last but not least, I would like to thank my parents for guiding me through my bar mitzvah process. You have helped me to learn how to be responsible for the larger workload that comes as you get older, in addition to the recent adjustments we've had to make. Mom, thank you for being you. You encouraged me every step of the way. Dad, thank you for always laughing with me. I'm glad we share the same sense of humor. I would also like to thank my brother, Caleb, for setting high expectations, as well as being a good role model and friend.
Henry, at this point, your family has some words they want to say to you, starting with your mom and dad, and then Caleb.
Henry, I am so proud of you and all the hard work you've put into preparing for this day. It has been a joy to listen to you practice and learn the prayers in your Torah portion. This is not the bar mitzvah that we're planning on and dreaming of in Israel with your cousins, your aunt, uncles, and grandparents. That adventure, the history, the food, oh, the food, that will have to wait for another day. However, this day still holds the same meaning. Seeing you chant from the Torah, it fills me with so much pride and love for you. Henry, I want you to take a minute and think about all of your friends and family that love you so much. Think of them watching you during this service. Their love surrounds us now. You are the last of your 11 cousins to become a bar mitzvah, and it's such a bittersweet moment for our family. We have celebrated in so many different ways, but this has truly been unique. You have handled all of the changes with such maturity and poise. When I mentioned to you that we were probably not going to go to Israel, you were disappointed, but you knew that safety was more important. And when your date got changed to be a month ahead, you started practicing more than ever to make sure you were ready. I hope you can see how when you come across something challenging, your hard work and your determination will help you become successful. Your Jewish journey started at Temple Hamadim when you were just a toddler. You attended Miss Sarah's class, and her warmth and generous spirit reassured me that you were in the right place. As the years progressed, you had many other wonderful teachers, and with their guidance, Judaism became a piece of you. I love to hear you randomly sing a prayer out of the blue. And more recently, with sports and activities canceled, the rush of our day halted, we have been able to enjoy the online Shabbat services as a family. This weekly ritual serves as a marker in our week that is a tremendous comfort in these most uncertain times. Henry, you have such a sweetness in you that is hard to convey to others that don't know you well. This is not something a parent can teach a child. In fact, when you were younger, Dad and I nicknamed you Happy Henry. You have always been a joy to be around, and I'm so grateful for all the time that I've been able to spend with you. Some people may see you as shy, and I remember a teacher in elementary school emailing me saying what a wonderful student you were, but you didn't talk much. And I think I laughed out loud reading that, because as soon as I'd pick you up from school, you would talk nonstop. You also love helping others, and you have an innate ability to pick up on people's feelings and do whatever you can to make them feel better. A few months ago, as you told me a story about a boy seated next to you, this is before virtual classes, he was having a hard time in math. So you sat down with him and you taught him what you knew. And when he got his next test back and got 100 on it, he was so thankful. And when you told me this story, I was so proud of you. You didn't receive anything in return other than the great feeling of helping another person. Remember that feeling, Henry. I hope you continue to do these good deeds, because our community, our country, and our world need more people like you. Lastly, I'd like to thank Jody and Adina for keeping us on track with our weekly tutoring sessions and for being the smiling face that greeted us before virtual sessions were a thing. Thank you to Michael Blaine, who is the wizard behind the curtain. You won't see him in this service, but know that his hard work went into making this happen. Thank you to Jennifer Pfeffer, who so generously shared all of the tips and tricks that she learned from hosting Owen's Zoom bar mitzvah 2 weeks ago. Thank you to all of our family that participated in this service. I know it can be awkward to record yourself in prayer, but these personal touches are what make these virtual gathering so much more meaningful. Rabbi Klein and David, you give so much of yourselves to our children. Your dedication to their personal growth and the confidence in themselves is something that will stay with them forever. You have both been wonderful role models for our boys, and we are so grateful that you've been a part of our lives.
Henry, you are a crazy, delicious son. With a wacky sense of humor and a love of fun, you know that I consider you to be our other puppy. You love tennis, travel, your home, and your friends, white anchovies, truffle pasta, and sugar. But most important, you love your family, and we love you, and we're so proud of you. You're incredibly smart, always an A+ student, and when you find what your calling is, maybe with a little help and needed push from your family, I know you'll be extremely successful. We will always be here for you to provide love, support, and encouragement. I know it was a disappointment that plans changed for a bar mitzvah in Israel to a bar mitzvah in Barrington, literally in our house. But you certainly had no shortage of travel in your life so far. I think this current situation can provide you and all of us with a good life lesson of planning where you want to get to, but needing to remain flexible and open to a change of course when needed. This is sage advice now more than ever. A wise Japanese philosopher, or maybe at least your dad, once said, a rigid tree gets blown over whenever the wind blows hard. The tree that can...
Oh no.
The tree that can dance in the wind, adapt, and knows there will always be change, thrives in whatever weather gets thrown at you, dear Henry, are a dancing tree. Sorry, you, dear Henry, are a dancing tree. Mom, Caleb, Georgia, your grandparents, aunties and uncles, your cousins, friends, teachers, and I will always be there to support you and love you. How lucky you are and how lucky we are. Hugs to you always.
We wipe off a little bit of stick.
Henry, I want this speech to be special. Not just because you become a bar mitzvah today, but also because you are my brother, my only sibling. You and I share a special bond, a connection I have with no other. Whether it be a secret language we made up, our similar interests in badminton, anime, and reading, when mom and dad think we're arguing, but we both know we're not, or just knowing that you're my brother and you understand things that no one else will. I can't think of anyone else I'd want to have this special relationship with. I know you wanted this day to be in Israel, surrounded by your family, eating Middle Eastern and Mediterranean food. However, life, that ever-changing river that we all float down, had another bend in store. You wouldn't let coronavirus get you down for long, though. I know you wanted to have your bar mitzvah with Rabbi Klein above all else, as he's leaving this year, and you put the extra work in to make that happen. While it seemed like there was always too much to do and not enough time, you practiced every day to make your bar mitzvah exceptional. Although you could try cleaning up after yourself more often, you're a hard worker and will do what it takes to accomplish your goals. Today we're celebrating you. I'm proud and I love you so much. I couldn't ask for a better brother. Lovely.
So, Henry, you just have to stand there for a little bit more. First of all, I want to say to you and to your family, tears are really good. Tears cleanse the soul, and tears make us appreciate all that we have in life that much more. So it's a real joy for all of us to see your family together celebrating you on this incredible day. Everyone has mentioned the idea that you wanted to be in Israel for your bar mitzvah. Henry, I think you know, I think your family knows, I think anybody who knows me knows that I love being in Israel. I go to Israel as often as I can, and God willing, I'll be back there again soon. And I think of Israel as a very holy, holy place. You think about, you mentioned wanting to have your bar mitzvah at the Western Wall. And the Western Wall is filled with these huge boulders and huge stones with cracks in between them. And people take their prayers and their blessings and they write them on pieces of paper, putting them in between the cracks. And Henry, there's a lot that makes Israel and Jerusalem and the Western Wall very special and very holy to so many people. But I want you to know that you have that ability to create that holiness wherever you are. Look at how holy and how sacred your house is this morning. You had a little bit of taste of it 2 nights ago at Erev Shavuot when your house became a sanctuary for Caleb's confirmation. And again this morning, your house is the holy sanctuary for you and your family. You know about how to make a place holy. You have done that today, and you will do that throughout your life wherever you go by what you bring to the experience. I can't help but remember, Henry, it must have been last fall, early last fall, maybe sooner. You read your Torah portion, you picked out the part you wanted to do, and you fell in love with the talking donkey. And throughout the year, we talked about the talking donkey and how something like a talking donkey can remind us of the importance of having faith wherever we are. And as you approached your bar mitzvah and all the changes with so much flexibility, with such a mature, flexible attitude, one of the things that we first discussed, I remember the look in your face when you said, a different Shabbat. Does this mean I need to learn a different Torah portion? And David and I comforted you. We said, no, you have flexibility. God has flexibility. God understands that this Torah portion that you prepared so well for July and then escalated to make it ready that much sooner, God hears those words whenever it is that you say them. God is flexible. God has room for you just as you are in your very holy sanctuary of your home and your holy sanctuary inside of who you are, Henry. In all these months of working with you every week, you never, ever left my office without saying thank you. You were always prepared. You were always polite and courteous. You always wanted to push yourself a little bit harder, and you did. And you talked today about some of the expectations that your brother has helped set for you. I think, Henry, you have expectations of yourself. You know who you are and what you want to do. And you know that with the help of your family, with blessings and gifts and love from your mom and from your dad and from your brother and from God, you're going to be able to accomplish all the things that you want in this world. Henry, you have worked so hard for this day, and you have been so generous of spirit with this day, and you have given blessings to the entire congregation, to the throngs of people who are watching you right now. We don't even know who they are. And so for all the blessings that you have given to us, all of us have words of blessing to offer to you. So Henry, come on a little bit closer to the camera. And this is going to be a moment like if you were here in the sanctuary, you and I would be standing face to face. It's so good to see you up close. And as if we have the ark open, I want to invite the congregation to please rise as I take this moment with you and I put my hands close to your head, Henry. I want to tell you, you have a world of gifts inside of you. Those gifts are precious. They are strong. They are powerful. They will carry you through your life in the most amazing way. And as you get through all of the emotions, all of the events, all of the preparations of this day, you know that those lessons and this experience will carry you, will be a model for you forever as you go through life. We did not think this was going to happen with you, Henry. We thought you were going to be in Israel for this very special moment. But here you are here. You are the last bar mitzvah student that I'm going to be blessing, and I am so honored to be with you. So I say to you with a very full heart, Henry, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and protect you and keep you safe always throughout your life. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, bringing you kindness and compassion and sweetness in all the things that you will face in life. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God lift up God's face to you, granting you the greatest gift of all, the gift of wholeness and completeness and peace. Shalom. Henry, is it okay if I give you a hug in this moment?
Yeah.
Okay. Take a hug, Henry. Take a big hug.
You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing.
Henry, are you ready to go to the Elenu and conclude our service?
Yep.
Go ahead.
We conclude our service with the Elenu, our prayer to make the world a better place, and the Kaddish, our prayer to remember people who are no longer living. We continue in the middle of page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gila liotzer bereshit, shalo asanu kiyeh ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu kamishbechot ha'adama, shalo sam halkinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Please be seated and join me at the top of page 591. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved, each of us, for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yehiye Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
We continue on page 595.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we love. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the way we remember, as we live our days. These are the way we remember, Yesh kochavim she'oram magi'a arza, rak asher הם עצמם עבדו ועיניים. יש אנשים שזכרם מאיר, כאשר הצעתם אינם בתוכנו. אורות אלה המבהיקים בחשת החיים. הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך. הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember.
We continue with Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. Henry, in this particular moment, when your family's hearts are overflowing with love and pride and joy and connection to you and to everyone whom they love, they're especially thinking about your family members who are no longer living and not able to be with you in this moment, particularly your great-grandparents, Dorothy and Harold Hyde, your grandmother, Ruth Schultz, and your great-aunt, Helen Berman. All of us who are gathered to worship with you today, all of us are thinking about everyone who has died recently from the coronavirus, from acts of senseless gun violence, from acts of terrorism, from acts of natural disaster, from the violence in our street, from these acts all around the world. So if there's anyone who's particularly thinking of anyone today who died recently or within the last year, or whose yahrzeit it is, I invite you to stand up and mention their names, maybe say a word about them, ways that they might have influenced your lives. And then together, all who wish, please rise to join us in Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra cherute v'yamlich malchute. B'chaye chon uv'yomei chon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam ul'olmei olmaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei Dekudisha Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ve'alma ve'imru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimramav huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru.
Amen.
May the one who creates harmony in high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all who inhabit the earth, as together we say,
Amen.
Please be seated.
Ose shalom bimroma, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
This would be the moment, Henry, when I would be telling you that in a moment, people are going to throng around you with mazel tovs and congratulations and good wishes. Today, that's going to happen via text and via phone and via every other way you could possibly imagine very soon. But the first person who has the honor of giving you a mazel tov on behalf of our Board of Trustees is Christopher Lane.
Hi, Henry. Congratulations. That was really just a beautiful service. And it's so wonderful that your family and was able to be with you in some way. Henry, usually at this point in the service, the board of the congregation would present you with several gifts. And through the magic of Zoom and pre-planning, I believe just such a gift bag is already with you in your home. So what's in the bag? These gifts are from the congregation as well as a gift from NIFTY, the North American Federation of Temple Youth. From the congregation, there is a Mishkan Tefillah, your own copy of the prayer book that we use to celebrate services at Temple Habanim. Also is a tzedakah box from the congregation for you to have and use as you continue to explore the mitzvah of tzedakah on your personal Jewish journey. There is also a certificate of your completion of the bar mitzvah, which is just one of the many entries that you will accumulate in your lifetime to fill out your Jewish resume. The gift from NIFTY is a certificate for you that you can use to apply toward an educational trip to Israel. The Jews are a resilient people of problem solvers with a long history of perseverance, and it having your bar mitzvah on Zoom over the internet isn't a perfect modern example of that. I don't know what is. So as your journey continues and wherever it leads, you will always have a Jewish home in Temple Habonim. On behalf of the board of Temple Habonim and myself here today, let me say a very enthusiastic Mazel Tov to you, Henry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, Henry, even in this moment, you're still so menschy. Henry, that's a great segue for me to be able to share some thoughts as well. You know, your Haftarah had one verse, and you mentioned that it's one of the most important verses in the whole Bible that maybe any of our prophets have said. And so I want to read it in English to you so you can hear it again. He has told you, O man, what is good and what the Lord requires of you, only to do justice and to love goodness and to walk modestly with your God. Henry, not once have I ever heard you complain. Ever. Not once. Not once have I ever heard you say a bad word about anyone. Not once. Not once have I ever heard you brag, although I can tell by the look in your eyes that you are very good at tennis and would love to play with you someday. Henry, you make a point to go out of your way to help other people, as your mom shared in that story. You must have some kind of effect on all of us since the tears are flowing today. But beyond the fantastic job that you did leading the congregation in worship and living up to your own or everybody's expectations, you did everything that you possibly could in our service. And that wasn't because of myself or the rabbi. That was because of you and your hard work. And maybe a quick shout out to mom and dad to keep you there too, and to Caleb as well. Henry, I'm just so inspired by you, by the person that you are and by the way that you live your life. And I just see great things coming out of you in the future. And I just can't wait to continue to be a part of your life and to see it all unfold. I'm really grateful for that. Congratulations, you did a wonderful job. And before, let's sing Lech Ilach, page 645. Lech Ilach, to a land that I will show you. Lech Lecha, to a place you do not know. Lech Ilach, on your journey I will bless you. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lech Ilach. Lech Ilach. And I shall make your name great. Lech Lecha. And all shall praise your name. Lech Ilach, to the place that I will show you. L'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, l'simchat chayim, Lech Ilach. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lech Ilach.
This is the moment in the service when I would remind all the 6th and 7th graders to come get your card and sign in. Send me an email. Tell me something about the service. I'll sign you in. I know that you have a lot of classmates watching you and supporting you. Henry, I saw one of them. I saw Gideon Lane standing right there by Christopher as he offered you gifts from the congregation. You and your family are going to lead us in Kiddush and Motzi, and it's a good thing because David and I, there is smell of delicious food coming from the kitchen. We're getting ready to have a Kiddush luncheon with you and all the people watching this morning. So we need a little bit of Kiddush and Motzi. The Schultz family, please.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen. L'chaim.
What did you get, Henry? Was it juice or was it wine?
It's wine.
All right. Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
B'te'avon, amen. Shabbat shalom. Schultz family, consider yourself loved and hugged and grateful. What a great way to start this Shabbat day. Thank you. Shabbat shalom to everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Urachim b'lev sameach, urachim b'lev sameach, urachim b'lev sameach, urachim b'lev sameach, urachim b'lev sameach.
Look at all the people dancing. Mazel tov. Shabbat shalom.